How did one of New South Wales' unsung tourism destinations reach nearly 500,000 people on social media in just 6 months? At the heart of the answer is the decision to showcase the incredible diversity of what Lithgow has to offer, rather than singling out just one facet of this breathtaking region. This holistic approach is the concept behind the 360 Degrees of Lithgow campaign. Lithgow City Council has been getting its destination in order over the last few years through 4 key initiatives. First, build the right team through key economic development and tourism appointments. Secondly, targeted travel market research to find out exactly who visits Lithgow and why. Next, creation of engaging movie content based on this research to capture the experiences and promise of adventure awaiting in Lithgow. With a well-established and successful major events program, use Ironfest, Lithgow and Halloween to create campaign milestones. The time was right to launch a destination marketing campaign. As with any campaign, there are challenges to be met. Break the stereotype of Lithgow simply as a coal mining town without shying away from its industrial heritage. After a long hiatus of destination marketing, how do you galvanise the local tourism industry to get behind the marketing of Lithgow? Then, how to quickly deliver results to grow confidence in the Lithgow destination brand and show demonstrable improvement for local tourism businesses to help keep the faith. With its fantastic proximity to Sydney, key to the campaign would be leveraging Lithgow's location as the closest getaway in the Central West. What was needed to frame the campaign was one big unifying idea. Lithgow 360 degrees, your adventure awaits. Everywhere you look, Lithgow has amazing locations, events, food and wine, accommodation and stories. Through the 360 Degrees of Lithgow campaign, there was the opportunity to convey this incredible breadth of experience under one big idea. A 2-phased approach was decided upon. Phase 1. Get Lithgow businesses on board with a buy-in campaign. Gather support and financial participation from the local Lithgow business community to not only get their buy-in, but also create a bigger budget pie to have greater impact. Different participation levels starting from $500 and going up to $3,000 were offered, so cost would not be an impediment for participation. Phase 2. 360 Degrees of Lithgow digital marketing campaign in market. The primary aim of the campaign being to bring people to the Lithgow 360 landing page, where they were then directed to the participant paid links. Build a profile database of potential visitors interested in Lithgow for future marketing. Focus digital marketing to create campaign milestones around Lithgow's major events, Ironfest, Lithgow and Halloween. Run co-branded campaigns with participating businesses, using prize competitions as the carrot. Make each marketing dollar count by honing in on people already likely to be interested in Lithgow as a destination. We did this by combining Destination New South Wales and Roy Morgan audience profiling research to identify 3 main target markets to focus upon. Wanderers, mid to later life experience seekers, mainly found in regional New South Wales and the outskirts of Sydney, such as Penrith, Blue Mountains and southwest Sydney. This segment will travel for new experiences which capture their imagination. They are generally footloose and fancy-free with grown-up families. Compatriots, a very broad segment in terms of location. In fact, they can be anywhere. But they enjoy travelling as groups and or with families. Togetherness and shared experiences are what motivates them to discover new places and events. Pampadors, drawn from the more affluent areas of Sydney and primarily coming for the boutique resorts and guest houses within Lithgow's surrounding countryside. The benefit of digital marketing is that unlike using traditional media such as newspapers, TV and radio, you can keep altering what you are doing once you have already gone live. Campaign results were constantly monitored and then tweaked as we found postcodes and audiences with the strongest engagement and response. The initial illustrative depiction of an aerial view of Lithgow was very well received, but after several months in market, it was time to liven the creative up. Having painted a picture of Lithgow as a land of diverse attractions and experiences, we could now afford to use more imagery, conveying individual activities and businesses. Rather than rely alone on the illustrative graphic, we showed diversity through constantly changing images served to online viewers: horse riding, relaxing in accommodation, food and wine experiences, bushwalking, caving, and the list goes on. To keep Lithgow tourism, participants, and the local tourism industry across how the campaign was performing, a 2-page campaign snapshot was developed. Produced at regular intervals, the snapshot included key performance indicators in a high-level graphical style to quickly communicate what's been happening, what's working, and what needs changing. From a completely cold start, the 360 Degrees of Lithgow campaign has quite simply delivered outstanding results. Since launching in late April, there have been over 275,000 video plays, over 10,000 page views of the 360 Degrees of Lithgow campaign page. Although not the campaign traffic target, the Lithgow tourism site has also benefited, with a 20% increase in visitation as well. Almost 3,000 clicks to individual participant websites. In terms of social media, the 360 campaign has already reached nearly 500,000 people, a phenomenal result, with nearly 2,500 taking the time to post a reaction and 8,000 clicking links. In terms of building a database of people wanting to receive ongoing news of Lithgow, we have already attracted over 3,000 individuals. Lithgow tourism is also feeling the love, with better engagement across the board with both the business and general Lithgow community. This level of interest has generated a notable rise in people through the visitor centre, Lithgow businesses and accommodation. So how did the audience research compare with what actually happened? Well, the research predictions were close to the mark. Wanderers, or home and hearth, shown in pink, were the biggest segment. However, Pampadors, leading lifestyles, shown in blue, came in second, rather than the compatriots and family groups in green. The research had proven surprisingly accurate. Out of a possible 6 target markets, only these 3 featured in top-line results. But without a doubt, the most valuable piece of information to take forward for future campaigns is the importance of Western Sydney. Now a complex and thriving economy in its own right, residents of Western Sydney have proximity, appetite, money and time to travel to Lithgow. The map shows in purple the levels of strongest engagement with the 360 campaign. So, what are the next steps? Well, there are more participant campaigns on the near horizon. In fact, the next is due to start next week, with a prize package of a 3-night stay at the Workies Motel, combined with a round of golf and a drinks cart at Lithgow Golf Club. To finish with a bang, we've got a brand new event happening in February called Celebrating the 70s, which will be in the low season of the tourism time, and that will be held at Workies. There'll be an end of campaign report in February-March, which will give a final rundown, which will also provide a whole lot of recommendations and suggestions on where to go from here. But most importantly, we hope you'll keep coming on the journey with us. We can only be as good as the local tourism industry.